everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'd like to talk about product sense. What is product sense, why we need it as product managers, and how you can train it by yourselves with 3 simple steps. Let's get started with what is product sense. You may have heard of product sense from PM job descriptions, and when we interview people, product sense is always the thing that we are looking for from the candidate. To me, product sense means 2 things. One is for a given problem, how you can know who the targeted users are, their user scenarios, and how you can define the end-to-end user flow. The other part is the opposite. That is, for a given specific product, how you can know its targeted users and scenarios, why the user flow looks like that, and even potentially its business goals. The first one is basically a PM's daily work, and you can find more details in my previous video. The second one helps us understand our competitors and help us explore products in the market. Product sense is built on top of empathy and logical thinking, and it needs to be trained through work or practices. Some people may be born with good empathy and logical thinking, but no one is born with good product sense. In today's video, I'm sharing how you can improve your product sense for the first part, that is, for a given problem, how you can know who the targeted users are, their user scenarios, and how you can define the end-to-end user flow. Here are 3 simple steps that you can follow. First, pick a real-world scenario. I don't recommend you to start with some product design interview questions like design a watch for blind people or design an e-commerce app for old people. Those interview questions are far away from real-world scenarios. That means you are not able to validate your answer by yourself because there's no mature solution in the real world that you can learn from. And those interview questions are boring. You will get to those interview questions soon, but do not start with it. Here, in this video, I will choose posting a photo to social media as an example. Second step, leave your computer and phone away. Get a paper and a pen. List the user personas and scenarios you can think of for this real-world scenario. Then try to draft the end-to-end user flow and even draw some wireframes for the flow. Since we use real-world scenarios and there are lots of mature products to reference, you don't want to open your computer and phone to find reference when you are still thinking and in this practice. It is okay to grab info from your memory, but don't look at the existing apps directly. In my example, I choose posting photos on social media. The user persona here is basically based on what social media channel they're using, plus it is a very general scenario regardless of user's region or occupation. Let's just assume the persona here is a girl in her 20s. Then, what are the user scenarios, or in other words, what users can do with this feature? In the case of posting photos, here are some scenarios for the girl in her 20s. I can take a photo and post it directly. I can choose an existing photo from my album and post it directly. I can post one photo or multiple photos if I want to. I can edit the photo in app before I post it. I can cut, rotate, apply filters on the photo. You know, a 20-year-old girl may want to make the photo look more beautiful. I can post some text with the photo as well. I can preview how it looks like before I hit the publish button. I can save a draft for the post if I get interrupted by something else and would like to resume and post it later. After I post it, I can save the post myself so that I know how it looks like in my friend's timeline. I can delete the post or edit the post after publishing it if I find something wrong. My friends can comment on my post or like my post, and I can receive notifications for that and have quick entry point to reply to them back. I can check my history posts and download the photos if I want to. I can hide some posts and turn them from public to private if I want to. When I see my history post, I can quickly locate the post I'm trying to find via search or timeline quick navigation. The list can be very, very long. I just listed some examples here. In your practice, please list every scenario that you can think of. Don't worry too much about the priority in this step. After this, next is to draft the end-to-end user flow and draw some wireframes. You should cover all these scenarios that you listed before. Let's take an example of this one. I can take a photo and post it directly. The user flow here can be, there is a button to post photo. I click that. From the drop-down options, I choose to take a photo. It opens my default camera app. I take a photo there. After taking a photo, it shows me the photo preview, but I don't like it, so I click a back button somewhere and go back to the camera app again to take another one. This time it looks good and I add this photo to my post draft. Now I have one photo in my post, but I may want to add a few more photos and text to my post. Let's end it here in this example. Based on this flow, you can draw some wireframes to present the flow. And when you draw wireframes, you may find some steps missing in the flow. Don't worry, just go back and edit. Till now, you should have a list of user personas, user scenarios, user flows, and wireframes for this real-world scenario. You should go as far as you can to make the list exhausted. But remember, don't open your computer and phones to refer to existing mature product in this step. That will make this practice less effective. Your list doesn't need to be perfect, but you should try to exhaust the list as much as possible. The more the coverage is, the better your product stance can be. Final step. Now get your computer and phone back. Get all products that you can find for this real-world scenario and compare them with your scenario list and design. In my example, since I choose posting photos on social media, I can check WeChat Moments, Facebook, Instagram, Xiaohongshu, Weibo, Reddit, and a lot more other apps. Next, use the posting photo feature in those apps. Record every step that you take in the app. Try to map those steps to your listed scenarios. If the scenario has been covered, good for you. You can then compare your user flow with theirs and see which parts they do a better job and why. If you find any scenarios that are missing from your list, then it is even better because you find gaps in your product stance. It is a good opportunity to understand why you missed that part at the first place. For example, did you miss a group of users or you just miss one corner user case there? There are plenty of other things you can practice with this approach, like how to prioritize scenarios, how to reduce clicks in a happy path, and so on. And this practice will also help you build skills to analyze existing product in the market as well. That's all. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like my content, please give me a thumb up. And if you have any feedback, feel free to leave a comment below and I can try to address it in my future videos. I'm currently a PM at Microsoft and I make videos about my PM learning and experiences every week. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my future videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!